Since opening its doors in April 1996, Deirdre's House has played a critical role in Morris County's ability to address the needs of child victims of physical and sexual abuse and children who have witnessed domestic violence. The center is the only site in Morris County where a child victim can be interviewed and digitally recorded by law enforcement, medically examined and treated by a pediatric abuse specialist, and clinically counseled, all under one roof. The mission of Deirdre's House is to provide a safe, secure, home-like environment that allows the child victim to tell their story without being re-traumatized by the very system which is trying to assist them. The center provides services to over 1,400 child victims per year.
My name is Jim O'Brien, and the center that we're in right now is named after my daughter, Deirdre. About 3 weeks after the murder of my daughter, and before they had caught James Kadadish for the murder, I went to my parish priest, and I admit I complained bitterly to him that what God had done to us. The media presence was unbearable. My family was asunder. My children, other children, were wrecks. And I said to him, why has he done this to me? And Father said to me, Jim, yes, he has. He's closed the door on you. He said, but I guarantee you that at some time, some place, he's going to open another door. Well, time passed. And then finally, when we were about to open this door, and I was standing next to Governor Whitman as she was speaking and she was going to cut the ribbon, I turned around and I looked at that door. And I thought of all the children who were abused, who were going to go through that door and start to be healed. And I said to myself, that's the door he opened.
The home-like, non-threatening atmosphere of the center greatly contributes to the ability of the child victim to relax and more freely disclose the horrific details of the abuse, which are oftentimes embarrassing and deeply personal. If Deirdre's House did not exist, a child would first have to be interviewed and processed at a police facility, examined in a hospital emergency room, and counseled at yet another location, thus increasing the psychological and physical trauma and stress for an already badly traumatized child.
The work we do at Deirdre's House has become increasingly important. We provide services to Morris County and local surrounding communities, and we have become a role model for others as they develop similar programs. Deirdre's House has the opportunity to have a professional environment. We have consummate professionals working in this environment. We also have a very strong volunteer base. Our volunteers come from a variety of areas. Some are professionals that want to give back to the community. Some are people that have had difficult experiences themselves and have received resources and help from others. And some are general community members that enjoy working with children.
Keeps going.
I came to Deirdre's House about 2 years ago, following an incident I had with, my daughter had while she was at daycare. Despite the fact that that was an awful time in our lives, everyone at the center was very welcoming. It's a very homey atmosphere, child-friendly. When you're going through such a hard time as that, it's nice to be able to have a real ease with people who are trying to help you and decipher all the information, all the way from the police officer that had, to talk with us when we came in, to the front desk person who, while they were speaking with my daughter, she was interacting with me, and one of the counselors had happened to come through, and it just was, from start to finish, a very positive experience.
In order to properly forensically interview a child victim, Deirdre's House has 3 age-appropriate interview rooms. In these rooms, a child victim is interviewed by a specially trained detective from the Morris County Prosecutor's Office. The interview is recorded on state-of-the-art digital recording equipment. All interviews are digitally recorded so that the child victim only has to tell their story once. Anyone who needs to view the interview can do so without re-traumatizing the child. If the case goes to trial, the recording is also presented by the prosecuting attorney in court.
Before Deirdre's House, the children used to be interviewed at the prosecutor's office. They would have to pass by a chair that was bolted to the floor and had handcuffs attached to it. They also might be passing a room where their abuser was being interviewed. This house, as you can see, is beautiful. It's a comfortable place for the kids. There's toys. The setting is so much more comfortable, and no one who's abusive can enter these walls. They know they're safe here. They know that the people here are here to help them, and that they won't be hurt as long as they're in this safe place.
The center is also the only satellite medical clinic in Morris County staffed by a state-designated pediatric abuse specialist. Due to the unique qualifications of this physician, she is the expert witness of choice and the doctor most qualified to diagnose and treat Morris County's child victims.
I run into a personal problem and I was recommended to see Dr. Alberto. I think it's a great help for the community to improve our life and our kids. Thank you for the opportunity, and I hope it stays forever.
Oftentimes when we first see the families coming in, what we see is a lot of fearfulness, particularly on the part of the children. They may be very distrustful, they may be very afraid about not only what's happened to them already, but then what this experience is going to be like. And of course, they don't know us, they don't know what all to expect. And so we see a real shift from when they first come in and they're very frightened and very overwhelmed to, as time goes on, oftentimes the kids leave here smiling, which is a nice thing. Many times the children look forward to coming in, which is also a nice change. And then by the end of the process, they seem to stand a little taller, they seem to speak a little louder, be more confident. And it's really wonderful to be a part of that and to see that transformation.
My children and I came to Deirdre's house at a very pivotal point in our lives. We weren't sure which direction we were going to go, if we were going to give up or if we were going to be successful. The Deirdre's house has helped us in encouraging us and working as a family to do better. Deirdre's house has helped my family to go from a broken family in many ways to being whole. My daughter is able to speak about the abuse that occurred to her without feeling it's any fault of her own.
I think it's important to know that the mission is, it's really about the children, and if there isn't someone there to really advocate for the children, you know, what do we really have to look forward going forward as a society? I can tell you, as a personal client who's experienced very positive growth for our family, I see this as an opportunity there where I'd like to try to give back as well. And you know, having the opportunity to speak to everyone today, I think is just a little piece of, you know, my ability to give back. I was able to maintain a career. I was able to maintain, you know, a family circumstance that, you know, was as close to normalcy as you could through very, very trying times. And I think the combination of all the services, being under one roof, and the ability to talk to people that really understood all the circumstances, made it a very, very easy situation to deal with, when really it was a very difficult situation.
Through the Deirdre's house and the programs, we can save one child or one family or one household. I think we have accomplished a lot.
Children need a place to be safe. That is why we need to continue to support Deirdre's house. Deirdre's house is a place where it's for kids, it's for coordinating services, and it's for collaboration to make sure that Morris County continues to be a safer and safer place for children.
Our goal at Deirdre's house is to ensure that though a child's life may be altered by abuse, it will not be defined by it. 93 cents of every dollar donated goes directly to help child victims. The children of Morris County need you. Won't you please help?